Hey there, I'm Ina, Speak Simply. This is Ryan and Michael, and we co-host Time to Touch, and we talk on all the different subjects. It's not just the lovely physical touching that we enjoy, but today it is the time to touch, it's time to connect. And it is, we are not disconnected, but we feel it because for 2 years we've been, dealing with COVID. We've been dealing with being separated and indoors. So that's why we call this time to touch, because it's time that we reach out from the one to the many and the many to the one. And it starts with us. Time to touch each other emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, and who you choose sexually, of course. So, jump on in.
I think connection is about your vulnerability in seeing and being seen. So when we flirt, when we pay people a compliment, it's like, I love you and I see you. I guess is what I just always think. So whether this is, I'm speaking to an elder, to a small child, where I love your sparkly rainbow boots, or I love, love how you put that together today, or just, anything. It's like, it's an opportunity for me to not only confirm to myself that I'm not, there's other people out here, and look what they're doing, and taking the time to notice. Stopping and smelling the flowers is about stopping and admiring the people around you and what they're doing, and just their existence connects me to people.
So something you said, and I've done this when, a mom or dad walks in with a little girl and she's in that phase where she won't take her princess dress off, and it is just so, it is so beautiful, so cute. And I will say, you are such a beautiful princess. And just to see the big smile on the face, it's like such an easy gift we can give each other. A compliment.
Beautiful. Yeah, and the other side of that is, I like what you're saying, like showing people that you see them and like you care, and the other side of that is being seen as someone who sees you.
Yes, because you're exposed. Once your mouth is open, it's like, I did. Who said something?
Yeah,
oh, that was me.
And this is where I get hung up, because and there's a few subjects we've talked about in the past, and it's like, I want to say that you're beautiful, or I want to say that sometimes I see a sparkle in someone's eyes and it's so incredible. Like, I just want to go, wow. That's all I have to say is like, wow.
Just wow.
And I don't, because I have this thing that comes in, and little pretender voices in my head, little things that keep me safe, but it's like, oh my gosh, if you say something, she might think you're flirting with her, or she might think you're coming after her, or, maybe you're trying, it's like, okay, wait a minute. You just want to compliment her. And so what happens more often than not is that I don't say anything.
Right.
And so I walk away having said nothing. And not only did I not get to express that to that incredibly bright being, right? But the incredibly bright being that saw her didn't get to have his word either. Like, I didn't get to come out and say, be the kind of person that would recognize something like that, because I do recognize it. And I would say it's like a bottom line that I'm crossing with myself, right?
Not to speak.
Yeah,
it's crossing.
And it's like, I'm putting that man away. Sometimes it's a young boy, and I'm putting that part of me away, and it doesn't get to come out. It doesn't get to have a voice. It doesn't get to have an expression.
It doesn't get to be seen.
It doesn't get to be seen. And here I am wanting to express seeing others, but I don't want to be seen doing it. And I love people, and it's so funny that I struggle with this piece, And
well, our culture has produced that, and a few sessions back, we talked about, the societal structure. Our culture has produced that men and women cannot just be openly honest, show, the flirt, and because it's seen if it's in the workplace. It has taken this really negative stance. So for anybody to be willing to stand up, and we change our planet one person at a time. So if we are willing to go in the grocery store and to go up to a man or a woman and to say, I just need to tell you, whatever that is, whatever that compliment is. And a lot of times when I've done that, they say, oh my gosh, you've made my day. This is the first nice thing anyone has said to me all day. And so if we do it with our open heart, we have to change what has happened in society, that it's not okay to have an open heart. It's not okay to talk, to compliment each other. And if you see a fear or you see something in the eyes, you say, you know, I'm not flirting with you. I'm just honestly wanting to give you a compliment.
Just wanted to gift a compliment.
Yeah, and then you walk away. You don't even have to dialogue. But we have to start one person at a time to be willing to navigate if someone doesn't understand, or if you see something, and just say, you know, it's just God asked me to tell you, you know, whatever words that come out of your mouth, because it's sad. We need to reconnect. We need to be able to walk down the street and say hello, and acknowledge each other. And when, like, we go to the grotto quite a bit up in Cave Creek. So for those of you here in Phoenix who know it, and people, I say good morning to people as I'm walking by. And it's so nice because people say good morning back. Or I smile at them and they smile back. It just takes one person to do it. And you have to be willing to be the person. You know?
Or be willing to be uncomfortable and be the person anyway.
Absolutely, Michael. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable to bring about something sacred and something beautiful back into our culture that has actually been indoctrinated out of our culture.
Yeah.
And it's funny that, you know, when we talk about I'm scared to do this, it's like follow yourself all the way down the rabbit hole of like what that fear is, that somebody's going to be like, ew, don't talk to me. Well, okay, but I still think that you were fabulous. Like, it still shouldn't sound, but like, you know, if you go all the way down of like, I'm scared to say that, but why? Because somebody's going to say what? That compliment is not welcome.
Because that must mean something about me.
Right. And like, it's okay if they didn't want to hear that, but you needed to say it. And a lot of times, you know, once you look at like, oh, the fear is just that somebody's going to say, I didn't want that. And that's it. But it's like, so that's it. Is that really worth not saying? Is it really worth not connecting? Like, no.
And it's actually, the likelihood that it actually happens is like that much.
Right. People usually always, they say thank you. And,
Always.
And it makes their day better. So, as a reminder, quite a while ago, we made an agreement about some cleaning out of our closets and stuff.
Here we go.
I would like to invite everyone listening, and I'd like to invite us to make an agreement, first with ourselves, with our higher self, that we're willing to go through whatever discomfort, but we take responsibility for connecting and for bringing a smile into a space, for giving a compliment, and for being active with bringing our world back together. Yeah,
I absolutely
I'll
love
take that
this.
on.
I'm taking it.
Great.
Be rolling down my car window next to you. Girl, looking so good.
Yes. So I want to thank all of you, and I invite you to take this with us, to step forward. And in March, there is a level 1 and 2 Kwadoshka Spiritual Sexuality Workshop. I'm one of the lead teachers of that. You can reach out to me, contact me through my phone number, my website. Happy to give you information. You can go to kwadoshka.org, and I know you have no idea of how to spell that. So it's QUODOUSHKA.org. You can check it out, and then there's a contact page there. If you're interested about learning about spiritual sexuality that comes out of the ancient Mayan culture, contact me. And let's all make a difference, one person at a time.